Hey, what up? Big Brig from 68 caliber paintball in Duncansville, Pennsylvania, and Brig on all the forums, and one of the admins on paintball talking about it all. And today I wanted to talk about custom guns, what that means, and resale as far as custom guns go. All right, so let's start. First, you have bone stock or stock. That is essentially the options you get from the factory. Whatever options the factory has, that's a stock option. There are some amazing companies out there, Bob Long, DLX Technologies, that give you some pretty wild anodizing choices. But to my eyes, that's still stock because you get it from the factory. All right, next you have what I would refer to as aftermarket. All right, show you a couple aftermarket guns. This is my Inception bodied axe. Inception Technology, Inception Designs, Simon Stevens, much love. He's paintball's Da Vinci. He's amazing. We're lucky to have him. But if you look, there are some aftermarket parts on here. I got the old Freak barrel, Redline board and grip frame, new style Empire feed neck. Got a lurper bolt in here and a Inception body. All right. Now this gun performs awesome. I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the fact that the Redline has finer adjust points, but it's still just aftermarket parts. Score one of these bodies, buy a Redline frame, get the feed neck and the adapter and the bolt, and you're going to have the same gun. Nothing really special about it. It's special to me because it performs winningly, but that's it. Another aftermarket gun would be, as soon as I can find it, my Kryptonite Sniper. Now, a lot of you seen this. A couple of you actually got the chance to shoot it. This gun, it's kind of funny because the only real stock WGP part on the whole gun is right there. Black oxide cocking rod, WGP, butt or good shit. But the gun itself, you have the Ego Reg, Bob Long cam drive, CCM pump kit, Stella barrel kit, Inception body, CCM lowers, Bellsail bolt, CCM grip frame, Check It detent, CCM auto trigger kit. There's nothing really super special about this gun to anyone but me. I essentially did what I called Legoing, where you take a bunch of parts and you put together a gun. You can do it with ions, you can do it with mags, cockers, some of the older intimidators with the aim bodies. But really, there's nothing really super custom about it. The only really rare thing about it, there's only 250 of these bodies made, and that is what it is. Do I love it? Yes. Will I sell it? Probably not. But it's still nothing super special. Then you move into what I refer to as a factory custom. Now, factory custom is something like this. This is my Cap Reflex Autococker. Beautiful gun, shoots amazing, all that fun noise. Now, I do have the stock ASA and the stock feed neck for it, but for the most part, this is a gun you could order right out of the catalog back in the day. As a matter of fact, I think it was 888 Paintball. We actually saw these in there, and yeah, it shoots, it rocks and rolls, it does its thing with the stuff and all that fun noise, but it's still a factory custom. You could order it. Essentially, what Cap did is they got a bunch of bodies from WGP, milled them down to their design, put their own aftermarket parts on it. So you have the Cap LPR, the Cap ram, Cap barrel, Cap frame, bolt, IBG internals, even the feed neck, the banjo bolt's a Cap, and yeah, it shoots, it does all its stuff it's supposed to do, but it's still just a factory custom. For those of you doubting that this isn't a WGP body, let's see if I can get this to focus here. Right there, you can see where the serial number was that they milled off half of it to make the Cap Reflex body. Is it a nice gun? Yeah. Is it custom? No. Then we have another, what I would call aftermarket parts gun. My Jenny Matrix. It's got a bullet volumizer. Looks like a, not sure what LPR that is. Di-hyper-reg, CTASA, hybrid frame, eggy eyes, DM feed neck, and it's really a lot of fun. It shoots well. It's fun to take out old guns like this and do your thing, but it's still just a stock gun with some aftermarket parts on it. Bone stock would be something kind of like this. It's my '03 Viking. It's not really bone stock as it's been retrofitted with eyes, but this is pretty much minus the eyes what you get right from the factory. You got your 12-inch javelin barrel. I'm sorry, also the trigger here, but you got the. This is a factory gun minus the eyes. Now, these guns are pretty famous because they really fueled that craze of customization. And by that, if you've ever seen like a truly custom Viking, you'll know what I'm talking about. They'll mill off this part up here, they'll mill all this off in here, and slap an aftermarket frame on it. And by aftermarket, I mean they'll put like an Angel or a DM or even Ego frame on it. You know, put the volumizer and the soda can mod up here, put an RT valve system in here, and they kick ass. But for our purposes, this is just pretty much stock. This is what you get right from the factory. You know, still an amazingly shooting gun for its age. I mean, this gun's at least 10 years old. I'm sorry, closer to 11. Still holds air, does its thing, works awesome. But that leads me into my next point about custom, about resale. The problem a lot of people have when it comes to, say, an aftermarket anno job or aftermarket parts, they think that it's going to increase the value of the gun. Being on the other side of the counter, I can tell you that it doesn't. If anything, it hurts resale value. Here's why. First off, when it comes to aftermarket parts, you don't see it as much anymore, but you'll still see E-Techs and Egos and Bob Longs and DMs with, say, a Tadao board or a Virtue board or a Ram from Tech or a Bolt from Tech, so forth and so on. Well, the problem is whenever you put those aftermarket parts into the gun, you're banking on someone else wanting that exact setup. And that's a gamble. If you're going to put aftermarket parts in your gun, the best thing to do is to save the stock parts, and if you decide to sell, put it back to its stock configuration and sell it, and then sell off the aftermarket parts. You'll make more money that way, or more money back. Second, anodizing. Everyone loves to anode their guns. Yeah, there are some amazing jobs being done by guys at Caustic and FX. You know, the powder coating thing's starting to come back with a few guys on Facebook. But the problem is, let's take a really popular gun. Let's say the LV1. Everyone loves the LV1. It shoots, pop it, it shoots like a spool, all that fun stuff. You know, if you buy one, magical unicorns are going to poop gold bricks in your front lawn, whatever. And you decide, you know what, I'm really not a huge fan of the stock anno patterns. So I'm going to send it off to one of these guys that, does wizardly stuff with anno, and I'm going to get something really cool. Well, now let's say somehow you managed to bend an eye cover. Before you got that anno done, you could have just called up PE and said, hey, need a black eye cover for an LV1. Okay, we'll send it out to you. Now you have to get that eye cover, have it shipped to you, ship it out to Caustic or FX or whatever wonderful person you have that does your aftermarket anno, have them anno match it to your old stuff, Then you install it on your gun, yada yada yada. The problem you're dealing with is, like with me, I'm a collector. I have some pretty oddball stuff. Ask me what's in my collection. Everything from the Vanquish to the VM. And when it comes to stuff like that, one of the things I look at is how easily can I get parts for this gun? Because I don't buy wall hangers, I buy guns to use. And if it's something where it's a crazy ass aftermarket anti pattern, that makes me hesitate because now if I do something to this gun, now it's going to cost me even more money to get replacement parts for it. And that's what makes it difficult to resell. And you really can't impress this upon people. Are aftermarket anti drops cool? Absolutely. I've seen some really wild stuff. The downside is they don't really do anything for resale other than hinder it a little bit. If you want the most out of your used equipment, keep it as stock as possible or return it to stock before you sell it. The other major thing that we're looking at when it comes to reselling your guns is the condition they're in. If you have a gun, no matter how popular it is, that looks like you put it in a bag of rocks and shook it, it's going to hurt resale. If you don't have all the stock parts, it's going to hurt resale. If it's not functioning or leaking, it's going to hurt resale. If any parts are out of order, it's going to hurt resale. Some guns, pardon me, that were really popular back in the day doesn't hurt as much. Say the Intimidator, the old SFTs and NXT shockers, Angels to an extent, DMs, because there was a plethora of parts for them. Some guns that weren't wildly popular, say like the War Machines or Tribals, or even the FEP Quest, which amazing little gun, but wasn't as popular as some of the other guns in its category. If you don't have the stock parts for those, it's going to make your resale a little bit harder. Now, that was kind of my first rant. Hope to talk to you later. I'll see you soon.